Hi guys, let's start a new exercise 5D. So before we start, let's quickly revise what we've done till now. Till now, we figured out what a quadratic equation is, which is the standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. After that, we figured out three things, which is if d is equal to 0, and d is equal to b square minus 4ac, then the roots are real and equal. In case d is more than 0, then roots are real and unequal. And if d is less than 0, then the roots are imaginary. So that's the next one that we did. After that, we figured out how to solve a quadratic equation using factorization, which is by splitting the middle term, how to solve it. Now here in this exercise, we talk about how to solve using a formula. Now this is a new formula which we haven't done till now, and an important one as well. So you will need to remember it for sure. The formula is x is equal to negative b plus minus b square minus 4ac in under root divided by 2a. So that's the formula. You have no option but to remember it. The derivation of this formula is not in your syllabus. That's why I'm not getting into how this formula came into picture. But very important formula. You can be rest assured that one question in your board exam will definitely be from this exercise. At least one, if not two. Right? So the formula is x is equal to negative b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now let's quickly look at it. If you remember d is equal to 0, we said roots are real and equal, which means if this part b square minus 4ac is 0, then x will end up being negative b plus minus 0 upon 2a. Whether you add or subtract doesn't matter, which means x will be equal to negative b upon 2a. That's why we get a real value as well as a equal, both the values are equal. Right, let's look at this next part. Next part is if we had d more than 0. So if b square minus 4ac is more than 0, which means we are looking at negative b plus minus a positive number divided by 2a, because this is more than 0. So square root of a number more than 0 would be a positive number. So we'll have negative b plus a positive number divided by 2a, or negative b minus a negative number divided by 2a. That's why we will end up with two answers, which is real values as well as unequal. Next, if d is less than 0, which means if b square minus 4ac, the square root of it would be let's say theoretically negative 5 theoretically. So this root of negative 5 is an imaginary number. That's why there is no possible solution which is a real number for this question. Perfect. Next, I also hope you remember that if we can factorize the quadratic equation only if b square minus 4ac is a perfect square. So we can factorize a quadratic only if b square minus 4ac is a perfect square. That's what we've done in class 9, and any of the questions that we've done till now in the previous exercise, there b square minus 4ac was a perfect square. That's why we were able to factorize it. Now in case it is not a perfect square, how do you solve it? Yes, you use the formula. Now I hope you notice that we will end up with square root of complicated number, theoretically square root 13, square root 63. And how do you calculate square root? That's why we will need to know how to read a square root table. Now the square root table is given at the end of your book, whichever book you're referring to. In the book that we are referring to here, the square root table is given at the end of the book. So I have taken some part of it on this screen. Let's figure out how to read it. You would notice it has rows and then it has columns. So in the columns it's written from 0 to 9, and after that mean difference is written. So for this exercise we don't need the concept of mean difference, so I will not be sharing what to do with the mean difference in this video. We can look at mean difference in another video. For the sake of this exercise, we will need only the first part of the table, which is from 0 to 9 and all these numbers. I've just taken up some part of this. This table in your book starts from 0, or rather 1, and goes up to 100. So you can find square root of 0 going up to square root of 100 in your book. That's what would be given. Obviously, square root of 0 is 0. So yeah, that's very simple. Next, now what are all these things which are written in the columns? What do they indicate? So let's look at a number. What is the square root of 64? Yes, the square root of 64 is 8, which means this is the answer that we're looking at if I want to find the square root of a whole number, which means 64, if I look under 0, this is 8. So if you're looking at the first column, this will give you the square root of 64.0, or it will give you the square root of 60.0, or it will give you the square root of 61.0. So these are the numbers in decimals. So this is the first decimal after the whole number. So this is 60.0. The square root of 7 is 7.746. If you want square root of 68, then the square root is 8.246. So square root 68 would be equal to 8.246. Now I hope you've realized that these numbers are the first digit after decimal, which means if I am trying to figure out the square root of 64.1, I look at 64 and then I look at the column which is under 1. So the square root of 64.1 is equal to 8.006. One more. If I want to find the square root of 66.4, this is what I have underlined. This is 66 and under 4. So square root of 66.4 would be, you look at 66 in the column, in the row, and then you go in the fourth column, which has 4 in it. The answer is 8.149. Similarly, 8.355, this is the value of 69.9. So root 69.9 is equal to 8.355. So the numbers which are given here in the first column are basically the whole numbers, and the numbers given in the first row are basically the number after the decimal. So if you want to look at 65.2, the answer will be 8.075. That's 65.2, the square root of it. Let's solve some questions. Maybe this will get even more clear. Let's look at some questions. So the first question that we do is exercise 5D, question number 1, part 3. It says solve each of the following equation using the formula. So if the question says using formula, well, you need to use the formula. So compare with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We get a is equal to 1. A is the coefficient of x square. B is the coefficient of x, which in this case is 6. And c, which is the constant in this case, that's negative 10. So we know this formula, x is equal to negative b, in this case negative 6, plus minus b square, in this case 6 square, minus 4 into a, in this case 1, multiplied with c, in this case negative 10, the square root of this divided by 2a, 2 into 1. So x would be equal to negative 6 plus minus, that 6 square is 36, negative 4 into 1, negative 4 multiplied with negative 10, that's plus 40 upon 2a, which is 2. So x will be equal to negative 6 plus minus root 76 upon 2. Now root 76 can be written as 4 multiplied with 19, which means upon 2, which means this will be negative 6 plus minus 2 root 19 upon 2. Yes, the square root of 4 is 2, so 2 comes out and 19 still remains in. So the answer now is negative 3 plus minus root 19. Yes, negative 6 divided by 2, that's negative 3, and 2 divided by 2, that's 1. So the answer is negative 3 plus root 19 or negative 3 minus root 19. Now we have to find the value of root 19. I have put the table here. This is 19. The first column will give you 19.0. So the answer is 4.359. So this is negative 3 plus 4.359 or negative 3 minus 4.359. So the answer would be 4.359 minus 3, which is 1.359, or that would be negative 7.359. So this is the value of x. We've got two values of x. I hope you remember, if the quadratic equation power of 2, you will have two solutions. Right. Some questions, they will clearly tell you how many decimal places to give your answer. In case it's not given, you give the answer as per as many digits are given in your square root table. So if in this square root table that we're using, the answer is up to 3 decimal places, you give your answer up to 3 decimal places. Whatever is the number of decimal places in your square root table. Good. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 1, part 7. It says 2 by 3 x is equal to negative 1 upon 6 x square minus 1 by 3. Okay, so let's bring everything on one side. So this will be 1 by 6 x square plus 2 by 3 x plus 1 by 3 is equal to 0. Let's take the LCM. LCM will be 6. So this is x square plus 4x plus 6 is equal to 0, which means I cross multiply. So what I get is, why did I get 6? That's why I'm confused. Yes, so this is wrong. This is not 6. That's why I was taking so long. This is, I'll have to multiply this with 2, multiply this with 2. So the numerator will become 2, not 6. That's what my mistake. So let's take the LCM again. This is 6. So this will become x square plus 2 into 2. That's 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Cross multiply. I get x square plus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Comparing it with ax square plus bx plus c, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, c is equal to 2. So, yeah, that's right. So, x will be equal to minus b, in this case minus 4, plus minus b square, in this case 16, minus 4 into 1 into 2 upon 2a, which is 2 into 1. That would be equal to negative 4 plus minus 16 minus 8. That's root 8 upon 2, which is negative 4 plus minus root 8 would be 4 into 2, which is 2 root 2 upon 2. So this is equal to negative 2 plus minus root 2. Yes, negative 2 plus minus root 2. Now, even if you don't have the square root table with you, you will need to remember the values of square root of 2 and 3. That's the basic minimum that you need to remember. The square root of 2 is 1.414. So this will be negative 2 plus 1.414 or negative 2 minus 1.414, which means x is equal to negative 3.414. Yes, that's negative 3.414. And let's do this calculation. 1.414. Let's subtract. So that's 10 minus 4, 6. 9 minus 1 is 8. 9 minus 4, that's 5. This is 0. So this is negative 2 plus this will be equal to x is equal to negative 0.586. So these are the two values, negative 3.414 or negative 0.586. Good. So like I said, you will need to remember the value of root 2, which is 1.414, and you will need to remember the value of root 3, which is 1.732. That's the two values which you definitely need to remember. Next question, question number 1, part 9. It says x square minus 6 is equal to 2 root 2. Let's bring it on one side. So this is x square minus 2 root 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. Comparing it with the standard form, a is 1, b is equal to negative 2 root 2 and c is equal to negative 6. Right, that's correct. So now let's put it in the formula. X is equal to negative b plus minus b square minus 4ac. So x will be negative b, which is negative of negative 2 root 2 plus minus b square, which is negative 2 root 2 whole square minus 4 into 1 into negative 6. The square root of this upon 2a, which is 2 into 1. So that's negative 2 root 2 plus minus negative 2 root 2 whole square, that's 2 into 2, 4, root 2 into root 2, that's 8, minus 4 into minus 6, that's plus 24. Yes, that's correct. 8 plus 24 upon 2. Next, negative 2 root 2 plus root 32, which means I can write it as 6 root 2. Root 24 can be written as, root 32. Getting confused. Root 32 can be written as 16 into 2, which is 4 plus minus 4 root 2. Yes, that's correct. This is just for our understanding. Root 32 is 4 root 2. In the denominator, we have 2. So this can be written as negative root 2 plus minus 2 root 2. Yes, that's correct. Negative 2 plus minus. Why did I get negative 2? This is negative into negative. That should have been plus. Sorry. So this is plus. Negative of negative 2 root 2 is plus. So that's plus 2 root 2. So that's plus root 2 plus minus 2 root 2. Yes, that's correct. Which means x is equal to root 2 plus 2 root 2, or x is equal to root 2 minus 2 root 2. So x is equal to 3 root 2, or x is equal to minus root 2. Now the root 2 is 1.414. So 1.414 into 3, 4 into 3, 12. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 into 4, 12. That's 4. Yes. 3 into 4, 12. 3 into 1, 3 plus 1, 4. 3 into 4, 12. 3 into 1, 3 plus 1, 4. So x is equal to 4.242, or x is equal to negative 1.414. So these are the two values of x. Good. I hope you getting the concept, and I also hope you liking the video. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to write into me. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 1, part 12. It says, okay, so we will have to first take the LCM and then cross multiply. Okay, so this is x minus 4 multiplied with x minus 3. The numerator becomes 2x times x minus 3 plus 2x minus 5 times x minus 4. And on the right hand side, we have 8 into 24 plus 1, 25 upon 3. Let's multiply. So this is 2x square minus 6x plus 2x into x. That's again 2x square minus 8x minus 5x plus 20. Let's cross multiply this with, oh no, let's cross multiply in the next step, and in the denominator we have x square minus 4x minus 3x plus 12, which is equal to 25 upon 3. So now 3 multiplied with 2x square plus 2x square, that's 4x square, negative 6x minus 8x, that's negative 14x, minus 5x, that's negative 19x, and plus 20 is equal to 25 times x square minus 7x plus 12. That's correct. So let's multiply and open the bracket. So this is 3 into 4, 12x square, 3 into 19, 57x plus 3 into 20, that's 60, 25 into x square, that's 25x square, 25 into 7, that's negative 175. Yes, that's negative 175x. 25 into 12, that's 25 into 10, 250 plus 50. So this is 300. Next, let's take everything on one side because we need to compare it with ax square plus bx plus c. So this is 25x square minus 12x square. So 25x square minus 12x square. Next, negative 175x. I'm bringing everything to the right. And when this goes there, it becomes plus 57x. Next, plus 300. And when 60 goes there, becomes negative 60 is equal to 0. This gives us 25 minus 12, that's 13x square. 75 minus 57, that's 18. Yes, that's 18. So this is 118x plus 240 is equal to 0. No common element between these three terms. So comparing it with the standard form, I get a is equal to 13, b is equal to negative 118, and c is equal to 240. So now we will put it in the formula. X is equal to minus b, which is negative of negative 118 plus minus b square, which is negative 118 whole square, minus 4 into 13 into 240. Oh, this one has big calculations. Upon 2 into a, which is 2 into 13. So that would be 118 plus minus. Now we'll have to multiply 118 into 118. That's 8 into 8, 64. 8 plus 6, 14. That's 9. That's 880 and 40. That's correct. This is 811 and this is 811. So 4, 8 plus 4, 12, 9, 10, 19. This is 3. So 13924. Let me erase this. I'll need this space to do more calculation. So this is 13924 minus 4 into 3, that's 42. No, that 4 into 3 is 52. So 52 into 24, right? 4 into 2, 8, 4 into 5, 20, 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 5, 10. That's 8421. So this is minus 12480. Yes, that's correct, upon 26. Next, let's subtract. So what we have is 13924 minus 12480. 4, 12 minus 8, 4, 8 minus 4, 4, 3 minus 2, 1. So this is 1444. Okay, so this is 118 plus minus 1444 upon 26. Let's see if we can factorize 1444 and bring it to less than 100. So we can use our square root table. So let's go ahead and factorize 1444. I notice last two digits divisible by 4. So this would be divisible by 4. So 4 into 4, 16. Yes, 4 into 4, 16. 4 into 3, 12. Yes, so this will be 12, that's 24. 4 into 6, 24. 361. Anything else? I think 361 will be a prime number. No, 361 is not a prime number. In fact, it is 19 square, right? 18 square is 324. 19 square is 361. So this is 19 square, which means this 141,444 is basically 4 into 19 into 19. The square root of this will be, out of 4 comes out 2, out of 19 square comes out 19, which means 1,444 square root is 38. 2 into 19, that's 38. So the answer is 118 plus minus 38 upon 26. So this would be 118 plus 38 upon 26 or 118 minus 38 upon 26. So 118 plus 38, that's 140, 156 upon 26, and that's 18 and 20, which means 80. 80 upon 26. That's 2 into 13, that's 2 into 40. Yeah, that's correct. I can't go any further than this. Next, this is 13 into 2. Yes, that's 13 into 2. And 13 into 1, 13. 26. So that's 12. 2 into 1, 2 into 6. So the answer is 6 or 40 by 13, which will be 13 into 3, 1 upon 13. So these are the two values of x. Fairly long question, but I hope you figured out how to do it using the formula. This one specifically required a lot of calculation. I can mark some homework questions for you. You can do question number 1, part 2, question number 1, part 6, question number 1, part 11. That's it. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to write into me. Bye-bye.